Let's continue with analysis of the relationship among sub-accounts of BP. For the count of net errors and omissions, I would like to remind you it is a man-made account. Except this account, all other accounts in the BP correspond to real transactions. Only this account does not correspond to any real transaction. The purpose to design this account is to ensure that BP's account to be balanced. As we have already learned that the double entry bookkeeping is employed in theory, not in practice. Account entries are recorded independently of one another, not together as double entry bookkeeping would prescribe. Thus, there will be discrepancies between debits and credits. Usually, during a period, the net errors and omissions should be appeared on both sides, with even magnitude and frequency because of statistical mistake. When there are continuous net errors and omissions in the same direction, it is probably caused by man-made factors, such as reporting a higher export or a lower import number, or there exists illegal capital flight extra. For example, because the system of refunding taxes on exported goods is implanted in China, there exists motivation for the exporter to report a higher export number. Our question is, when a higher number of export is reported, then in which side will the net errors and omissions appear? Only two choices, either debit side or credit side. The answer should be which one? Because a higher number of export is reported, it will lead to the credit be larger than the debit. So, the imbalance has to be made up by a negative net errors and omissions. That's to say, the net errors and omissions will appear in debit. How about illegal capital flight? When there exists illegal capital flight, then in which side will the net errors and omissions appear? Illegal capital flight will cause the omission of debiting, which has to be made up by a negative net errors and omissions. This exhibit shows net errors and omissions in China from 1982 to 2015. From this picture, you can see there existed continuous negative net errors and omissions during period from 1982 to 2001 and from 2009 to 2015, which means there existed illegal capital flowing out of China during these two periods. Well, during the period from 2002 to 2008, there existed continuous positive net errors and omissions, which means there existed illegal capital flowing to China during this period. The reason is that during the period from 2002 to 2008, the RMB appeared the trend of appreciation. The international capitals flowed into China to grab the chance to earn arbitrage profit. Overall BP is defined as the sum of current account and capital account, non-reserved financial account, as well as net errors and omissions, which equals to negative reserve account. Overall BP reflects the influence of a country's BP on its official reserve. Positive overall BP means a country's BP is in surplus. Its official reserve will be increased. On the contrary, negative overall BP will cause official reserve being decreased. The situation of overall BP will influence the exchange rate. BP surplus or positive overall BP means foreign exchange flow in, which leads to the value of home currency either being appreciated if under a floating exchange rate system, or suffering a pressure of appreciating if under a fixed exchange rate system, which will lead to the government to intervene by selling its own currency in exchange for foreign currency. BP deficit, negative overall BP, means foreign exchange flowing out, which leads to the value of home currency either being depreciated or suffering a pressure of depreciating. When foreign exchange flowing out, their holders will exchange them for foreign currencies. So, a deficit in the BOP implied an excess supply of the country's currency on the world markets, and the government would then devalue the home currency under a floating rate system or expend its official reserves to support its home currency value under a fixed rate system. In this video, we analyze the special account of net errors and omissions. Continuous negative or positive net errors and omissions means there exist man-made mistakes rather than statistic mistakes. Overall BP is defined as the sum of current account plus capital account plus non-reserved financial account plus net errors and omissions, which equals to negative reserve account. Overall BP reflects the influence of a country's BP on its official reserve. That's all for this section. Thank you.